So good day everyone. This lecture is covered a long-range financial planning. So first, let's answer the question, what is long-range financial planning? I recall that we define current assets and current liabilities as things that we're going to into cash or require cash within a 1 year period. Everything beyond that 1 year period is considered as long-range plan. A long-range plan is a collection of goals that describe the course for the company's future. When the long-range plan is in place, a strategic plan should be prepared to specify the objectives and activities required to fulfill the long-range plan's goals. So, the long-range planning is an effective method of aligning an organization's actions with a strategic plan and assisting in the prevention of events that may threaten its business model and profitability. That's important to know that financial planning follows in the wake of strategic planning. Financial planning does not happen in isolation. So the purpose of long-range plan is to give the management of look-at analysis. The long-range plan is used to assist lenders in determining the risks involved in lending to the company. For example, in this picture, all departments must submit capital requests. So the sales department must contribute minimum maximum expected revenue figures by product. The engineering department must contribute estimated margin information by product. So trend revenues and profits. The business plan will include a goal sales level that must be met by a certain date or an estimated sales level. So the average rate of growth, the long-range strategy must detail the expected increase by year. So this expansion does not have to be consistent trend line from year to year. Instead, the strategy should tie revenues level to the introduction of new items to the market. So the information of new business division or new geographical areas are being explored. Similarly, the profitability trend should be linked to the predicted expenses of developing new goods, capital expenditures, marketing campaigns, or other costs associated with growth. This component of the plan should be pictorial with numerical backup if necessary. For example, of such graphs may be seen in Exhibit 4.2 and 4.3 provide example of such graphs. Each example displays both actual sales and earnings for the last several years of operation as well as forecast for the remainder of the business plan term. So the first picture is High-Tech Corporation from 2011 to 2018 strategic plan consolidated net sales of dollars in billions. For the second one, this is the capital requirements of dollars in billions. For the next slide, lastly, this is the High-Tech Corporation consolidated net income by strategic business from 2011 to 2018 strategic plan of dollars and millions.
Good day everyone, I'm reporter Roslyn A. Ginigin and I will discuss the topic about capital investments and cash flows and financing requirements. Capital investments. The long-range plan should include a listing of capital investments required to attain the revenue and profit objectives. Capital investments. A long-range plan investment is an account on the asset sides from companies' balance sheets that represents the company's investments, including stocks, bonds, real estate, and cash. Long-term investments are assets that a company intends to hold more than a year. Revenue growth is the increase or decrease in a company's sales from one period to the next, shown as a percentage, revenue growth illustrates the increases and decreases over the time identifying trends in the business. Profit objectives of capital investments. Capital investments generally are made to increase operational capacity, capture a large shares of the market, and generate more revenue. The company make a capital investments in the form of an equity stake in another company's complementary operations for the same purposes. There is growing trends in industry toward eliminating working capital by shrinking inventories and receivables. Conversely, selling a fixed assets would boost cash flow and working capital. If a company purchases inventory with cash, there will be no change in working capital because inventory and cash are both current assets. However, cash flow would be reduced by inventory purchases. If a company's working capital ratio falls below 1, it has a negative cash flow, meaning its current assets are less than its liabilities. The company cannot cover its debts with its current working capital. In this situation, a company is likely to have difficulty to paying back its creditors. Capital requirements should be listed by product, business unit, or geographical area. A geographical area organizational structure suits businesses that have offices or units in different regions or geographical areas. This form of structures enables businesses to have a reporting and functional system across multiple locations. Cash flows and financing requirements. The long-range plan should include cash requirements for each year of the plan. This is one of the most crucial parts of a long-range plan. A long-range plan is a set of goals, usually 5 to 10, that outlets the path for the company's future. When the long-range plan is in place, the strategic plan should be developed to define the objectives of action necessary to achieve the goals spelled out in the long-range plan. If stocks is used, then management must be aware of the projected impact on earnings per share. Earnings per share indicates how much money a company makes for each shares of its stocks, and it's widely used metric of estimating corporate value. A higher EPS indicates greater value because investors will pay more for a company's shares if they think the company has a higher profit relative to its shares price. In addition, management must be aware of company's projected debt equity mix because it will affect the cost of capital. As we will show, debt is an important component in the optimal capital structures. The trade-off theory of capital structures tell us that the manager should seek an optimal mix of equity and debt that minimizes the firm's weighted average cost of capital, which in turn maximize company value. Product probability assumptions are a key component of projected cash flows. The strategic plan should contain assumptions regarding expected competition that may reduce margins and internal quality. target costing, or other initiatives that may increase margins. These key assumptions are the building blocks of information that are collected and used to develop your financial and business plans, and to help to make critical decisions based on solid information. Key assumptions are critical to all aspects of financial forecast, balance sheets, income statement, cash flow, business plan, and so on. They include detailed forecasted sales volumes, cost of sales, general administration's expenses, and other. That's all for my topic, and thank you for listening.
Risk analysis. The long-range plan should include an in-depth assessment of the risk that will occur as a result of the business plan. The commentary should include some or all of these topics. Competitive response is the pure strategic or tactical response to the impact of competitors' action. Capital cost overruns is also known as budget overrun. It is an unexpected change in the project budget that causes the total project cost to be underestimated due to some unforeseen scenario that were not accounted during the budgeting process. Step cost trigger points. Costs that increase in total with the step when the volume changes to a particular level. The cost must increase to increase the capacity beyond their limit. Nationalization of facilities. It is the process of taking privately controlled companies, industries, or assets and putting them under the control of the government. It often happens in developing countries and can reflect a nation's desire to control assets or to assert its dominance over foreign-owned industries. Sale fluctuations is predicting what the potential will happen based on patterns or judgment, but doesn't mean it will actually happen. It's just prediction, and we should always be ready to the result, whether it's good or bad. Raw material scarcity. Once there is a shortage of raw materials, the company will not be able to produce a product. Therefore, the demand will increase to the high needs of people. Deterioration of margins. It will measure the recent margin from domestic and foreign rival to determine what will be their action in reduction of margins into long-range plan. Technological advance. In the development of our technology, it may cause non-use of a product. It provides information in technology experimentation that can lower market forecasting for the company. For example, on this, the movie video rental market is projected to decline as on-demand movie rentals become available through cable television companies.
The next topic I will discuss is about the breakdown by business unit, product line, and geography. The long-range financial plan should contain aspects such as profit, margin, revenue, and capital expenditure breakdowns. The detailed breakdown includes business unit, product line, and geography. So, business unit, the business plan categorizes sales and profits by business unit. It can also highlight forecasted problems in a specific business sector or unit. Next is product line. The business plan may include the rollout of a new product, advertising, marketing, R&D, capital costs should be included in a summary of the new product. The third one is geography. The business plan may include expansion into geographical areas. The costs associated with advertising and marketing should itemize. If the facilities are built in foreign countries, the capital costs should be itemized as well as the working capital costs of the expansion. Our next topic is all about financial position. Now, the long-term range plan should include balance sheet and profit and loss statement for each year of the long-range plan. The long-range plan should simply extend the typical income statement and balance sheet through the number of years covered by the plan. So as you can see, Exhibit 4.7 through 4.9 provide example of those statements. The company may also choose or usually include a statement of financial highlights, which usually includes earnings, sales, few key expenses, projected backlogs, and equity. As you can see here in Exhibit 4.10, an example of the financial highlights statements is shown. Lastly, Exhibits 4.11 and 4.12 provide example of GAAP earnings per share and projected net earnings. The main aspect of the financial highlights would be the projected earnings per share and projected net earnings. So this is where our group reporting ends. I hope you like our presentation and thanks for watching.